I am back, and I've got a new game for you guys that I'm playing. I've been playing a lot of it, but I just haven't recorded anything really. It's called War Thunder. I've been saving replays off and on, kind of trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to, if I wanted to show replays or something like that. But they just released a new update called 1.29, and they added ammo belts and a couple new different planes. Here's one of the new planes right here. It's called the B-25J, which is the Mitchell, and then there's another one right underneath it. So they're both brand new bombers that they added into the game. They added 2 for Germany. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, looks like 3, 4 possibly to Germany. Russia, they added 2 of them, like 3 of them here. I think those are the new bombers that they added. They added this plane here. It's a jet fighter for England. It's called the Meteor F8. And then they added a couple new bombers, the G5N1 and the G8N1. And I think somebody told me these are the biggest bombers in the game. These things are absolutely huge. I wonder if we can pull it up. You can see this thing is outrageously this is pretty big. It's the C-130 of War Thunder right now. Let's see what the other one looks like. Okay, this one doesn't look, not quite as big. This thing has 4 engines, and it does look pretty big. And it can carry, it's like 3 1,000-pound bombs, which it's a pretty big payload. Not only did they add a couple new planes, they also added new things that happen to your plane when it gets shot. So when you receive damage, they act differently according to what kind of damage that you're taking. Not only did they add that, but they added shell racks, and you don't have to pay any money or anything like that. What it requires is, if you take a look at the top here, this is the amount of experience that I have for this plane. So the more that you use the plane, the more you can unlock different accessories, kind of like for your plane. So I have air resistance, and installed a new engine, and this is what allows you to get these new ammo belts that just came out, and each one of these has its own specific kind of role in the fight. So if you're more of a fighter and you want to take on air targets, there's an ammo belt just for that, which has tracer, armor piercing, armor piercing, armor piercing, armor piercing, incendiary, and high explosive incendiary. And I'm not sure if that means if it'll fire those rounds in that order, because if you look at another one, this here shows for stealth attack, it doesn't have any tracer rounds, and it's meant for kind of like getting them behind someone and then firing at them without realizing right away that they're being shot at, which I think is kind of a cool feature. I haven't gotten to really experiment with these belts just yet. I've been mostly just trying to pick what nation. If you notice, they have 8, 4, 5, 7, and 6 for the nations. I can't really pick because each one of them has kind of like their own advantages and disadvantages over the other one. Some of them are really good like dogfighters, but they can't really take a whole lot of damage or have a lot of firepower, which kind of makes up for their mobility, as overall they just can't really, depending on what nation that you're flying, kind of gives you different attributes and different abilities that you have over other nations. So hopefully we can go ahead and get started, and I'll show you guys some in-game footage of this. Okay, so we're in-game. Bad network connection. This isn't good. Oh, there it went away. So this is the B-25 Mitchell. I'm going to try and gain as much altitude as I can. Looks like it's lagging pretty badly. They just changed it, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. If you're in a bomber, what you could do before is kind of go into a dive, which they really don't allow anymore. So there's 2 ways of bombing in a big, huge bomber like this. Not only can you use the kind of like the radical there, if you hit V twice, you can go into the bomber scope, and if you hit Z for zoom, you can zoom in and out of the target, give you a better picture. But the higher you're up, the more you're gonna have to lead where the bomb is dropping. So this is a domination map. What we're trying to do is I'm flying my bomber over here. Not only will they lose tickets and lose the battle faster by blowing up these targets, but if you capture and hold 2 out of 3 of these the airfields down there, you will also win the game. So let's go ahead and drop. Hopefully some of those are on target. And you can actually watch the... Oops. The bomb go. I don't think you can change what direction it's go. Oh. Hopefully I didn't just cause my plane to crash. Cool. Okay. Not only, in case somebody gets on your tail, you can put points into crew, which will help your gunners on your plane, but if you're kind of like a lower level, I've also noticed that sometimes it's just more reliable just to get back in position by pressing F6. And the cool thing about this thing is not only does it have a gunner that you can shoot pretty high up and to the sides, there's also, if you aim down a little bit more, you got the rear gunner. You can also shoot at targets that are nearby. So let's try and gain. No, we don't want to gain altitude. We want to drop altitude. Try and bomb some of these targets down here. If there's any left. There we go. There's some right there. Usually I can be able to... Uh-oh. Okay, we got a bogey under 6. I think I got him. So my right wing's gone, and the engine is pretty damaged. I think. Oh, I got him. Okay, he's down. And we're leaning. Oh, God! Oh, no! No, no! We might be able to try and land here really quick. The other thing about the Mitchell is it comes with front guns, so you can shoot at incoming targets, just like the Havoc. Looks like some people are disconnecting because of the lag. See if we can land without being bombed. We should probably take out those ground targets. Only one over here. Well, never mind. There's a Beaufort coming, but he can't do very much to me. It's the bomber. Looks like I have to be completely level in order to drop my bombs, almost. You can't be at a certain degree, otherwise, they don't drop. Okay, what's behind me? What's a kitty hawk? I think I'm pretty much going down. I'm dead! Ah! No! So I'm gonna select my my fighter. So I'm gonna show you what you can do with it. So when you buy those different belts, you can't change them once you select your plane. So when you load it, you can click right here. So I have the first one set for air targets. I'm going to select the second one for omni-purpose ammo for this. And you can change the gun targeting distance, the amount of fuel that you have inside of your plane, and where you spawn. But unfortunately you can't change it on here. Sometimes you can spawn at the fighter spawn position or at the airfield. You can't really spawn anywhere else besides that, I don't think. So hopefully we can try and get this A20G. You're supposed to, from what I've seen on the forum, I not quite understand it, so don't hold it against me. These are considered, I guess, boom and zoom or energy fighters. The idea is to have a high altitude, dive down onto your target, fire, and then dive back up, turn around, come back, and just keep rinse and repeating over and over until this guy is done. and not hanging down at a low level, because then some of them can't churn very well. This might make it a lot more difficult trying to kill him with this packet loss. Still up. Hopefully we can. Oh! Frank. He's probably going to turn around and come back towards me. Okay, he's down. That other guy's coming back around. Let's try and lower it back into combat. Okay, he's going for him. See if we can spin around. Oh man, they hold all the airfields right now. Let's see if we can try and get up and behind him. I think this is kind of what you're supposed to do. Dive up, like pull up, and then kind of dive down, which will give you a ton of speed. Slow it, let's raise the flaps. Might be slowing us down as well. I think he's done for. I think he just killed him. Yeah, he's not pulling out of that. And one of the things that I recommend is when you're out here by your own and you're fighting, one of the good things is that once you, depending on what kind of plane that you're using, you'll use, some planes will have a lot more ammo than others when it comes to the ammunition that you're using. So the kind of like the lower tiers will have a lot more ammo as opposed to this one that has a cannon, so you gotta reload it quite often. So if you're not near anyone, it's usually a really good idea to try and reload your ammo when you're not in combat, so that way when you get back into combat, you don't have to worry about running out of ammo, especially for your cannon, because that's going to be doing a lot of damage. This is going to be breaking their wings and making them crash into the ground and hopefully getting you some points. Uh-oh. So it looks like it's, what, 3 versus 2 right now? Let's try and grab one of these. Oh, make that 4 versus 2. Ah! Oh well. You will live to fight another day. Okay. Alright. Should probably try and take one of these air. We need to grab at least 2 and hold them, otherwise we're gonna lose. Major big time. Looks like almost all of their team is at B. Oh! I think I almost read out on that one. Not sure what that means exactly. You can black out on here. Sometimes your screen will turn red. But I don't know what that means overall for your guy. Oh god. Nope! No, that's not good! Ah! I don't see any holes, I'm good. I'm fine. Nothing little duct tape won't fix. Right? I'm going down! I'm going down! Right onto my mother! Oh god! Kind of running out of planes here. Okay, let's go ahead and try. We're gonna lose. Unfortunately. We only got like what? 300, 280, 270 tickets left, so we're like losing 10 tickets a second. Might be able to try and get at least like what, 1 more kill before it ends. If I can get behind this Avenger. Is it Avenger? I think it's an Avenger. It's not the... No, it's the Dauntless Dive Bomber. That's what you're kind of supposed to do. Dive down, kill him, and then dive back up. Fortunately, I'm leaking something. Oh well. Because there is one example of a match. Unfortunately, not all of them go. Fortunately, not all of them end like that. You can get some really good matches on here, especially kind of at lower level when you're learning. That's where usually you kind of get a lot more kills.